We have another example here. This time, I have lengths for all three sides, and it's the angle that I'm missing. So the angle is going to go there, obviously. Whatever is the side length, is not touching the angle in question is the one that goes over here. So if I look across that triangle, I see the 15 is here. So the 15 is going to be my C value, because they are on opposite sides of the triangle, opposite sides of the equation. A and B are really interchangeable, so I'm just going to make 10A and 7B. So I'm going to have to fill in this equation. So 15 squared is 10 squared plus 7 squared minus 2 times 10 times 7 times the cosine of an unknown angle. All right, 15 squared is 225. 10 squared is 100. 7 squared is 49. 2 times 10 is 20. I can do 100 plus 49, that's 149. 20 times 7 is 140. All right, and normally I would just carry on with the correct steps, but I need to point out to you that this thing is a number, and this thing is a number with a letter attached to it. So what you're looking at there is like something like this. A number on its own, and a number with a variable attached to it. But when you see this, you are not allowed to combine those, because this isn't worth 140. It's worth 140 multiplied by some other number that I don't know yet. So it's a very common error to look at this type of thing and say, oh, well, that must be 9x. Well, it is not that. Don't do that. This is a number with no x's at all. So you can't just vanish it and say there's 9 x's left. There's 140 x's and some number that doesn't have anything to do with x. So please don't squash them together like that. So if I'm not allowed to do that, if I can't combine these two things because this has a variable and this does not, then I've flipped into algebra at this point. I have to start moving things to the other side. So if I knew that, I would cosine it, then I'd multiply it, then I'd subtract it from this number. So that's the one I have to move first, because it would be the last thing in the order of operations. I'm going to subtract this from both sides. And 225 minus 149 should be 76. I'm just going to check that. Okay. And to finish, I need to divide both sides by this negative 140. And I get 0.543. All right. So I need to arc cos that. And I get 122.87 degrees. Okay. So after doing all that, it's a good idea to sort of check your work. This is going to be the biggest angle in this particular triangle because the triangle's angles have to add up to 180. So there's only like 57 degrees left to spread up between the other two. So this has got to be the biggest one. And the biggest angle has to be across from the largest side. Like by definition, you can't make this really wide and have the side it generates be very small. So it's impossible. So in this particular case, the biggest angle is going to be across from the biggest side. So it all worked out.